The fact that you're slow-footed.
Welcome to this week's Fantasy Football Showdown. We have a real barn burner on our hands. In one corner, we have Hamas P. Yes, that Hamas P, the one who deleted the league last year because he couldn't handle a loss. In the other corner, we have Tyler Cant-Reed Grant. The name is self-explanatory. He once drafted a kicker in the first round. True story. This matchup is less about fantasy football prowess. It's more about who can embarrass themselves less. Place your bets, folks. It's going to be a wild ride. Let's talk about Hamas P. Last year, this guy deleted the entire fantasy football league. Deleted it because he was losing, he couldn't handle the heat. His fantasy football strategies are questionable at best. He drafts players based on their jersey colors. He benches his studs for no reason. It's truly a sight to behold. The man is a walking, talking fantasy football disaster, but hey, at least he's entertaining, right? Right? Hamas P is also known for his delicate disposition. One critical comment about his team, and he crumbles. He's like a delicate flower. Hamas P's friend, a delicate flower that throws a tantrum when it doesn't get enough water. And don't even get me started on his running speed. He runs like he's stuck in quicksand. It's painful to watch. Hamas P's friend, he once got outrun by a toddler in a walker. True story. The man is a walking, talking liability, but hey, at least he's consistent and consistently bad, that is. Section 4, Plyometrics, Hamas's last hope, fantasy football analyst. There might be a solution for Hamas P's lack of speed. It's called plyometrics. It's a type of exercise that focuses on explosive movements. You know, like running. Maybe, just maybe, plyometrics can help Hamas P achieve a respectable speed. Maybe he'll finally be able to outrun that toddler. We can only hope. But let's be real, folks. He's probably going to pull a hamstring just trying to jump over a phone book. Some things never change. Section 5, Tyler Cant-Reed Grant. The name speaks for itself, Tyler Cant-Reed Grant. Now let's move on to Tyler Cant-Reed Grant. The man is a legend in his own mind, that is. He once tried to trade away Tom Brady for a bag of chips. True story, the man can't read a lick. He thinks ESPN stands for every sports player's nightmare. He thinks the waiver wire is where you hang your laundry. It's both hilarious and concerning. He's like a bull in a china shop, a bull that can't read the closed for business sign on the door. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Section 6, Hooked on Phonics, Tyler's ticket to fantasy football literacy. Tyler's friend, we're not monsters, we want to help Tyler. So we reached out to Hooked on Phonics. They're offering him a special discount, 75% off. It's a steal. Maybe, just maybe, Hooked on Phonics can teach Tyler how to read. Maybe he'll finally be able to draft a decent fantasy football team. We can only hope. But let's be real, folks. He's probably going to use the book as a coaster. Some things never change. Section 7, game on. So, who will emerge victorious in this epic showdown? Will it be Hamas P, the league deleter with the speed of a snail? Or will it be Tyler Cant-Reed Grant, the fantasy football illiterate? Frankly, who cares? This matchup is less about who wins or loses. It's about the sheer absurdity of it all. It's about the laughs. It's about the memories, even if those memories involve deleting a league or drafting a kicker in the first round. This, my friends, is fantasy football at its finest. God help us all. Help.
Now, the fact that you're slow-footed.
This is why you need a friend like Hamas P. He's got your back no matter what. So picture this. Evan Gain Alderfer, our hero, just got smacked down in fantasy football by Kylian. Ouch! But wait, the story's just warming up. June rolls in, and you know what that means. Pride Month, parties, parades, and pure rainbow magic. While everyone's vibing, Evan drops a bombshell. He's coming out of the closet. Enter Hamas P, the ultimate hype man. He's cheering louder than a stadium crowd. Congrats on the juggernaut you gave me, Evan. Wait, Jugger what? Anyway, Hamas P's got his priorities straight. Congrats on the sex, homie. Classic Hamas P. Evan might have lost the fantasy football battle this week, but he's winning at life. Here's to living your truth, celebrating love, and having friends who shout your wins from the rooftops. Cheers to Evan and cheers to Pride. Catch you next time, fam. Don't forget to hit that like button and share the love.
Now, the fact that you're slow-footed.
Exposing the truth in fantasy football rivalries. This is going to blow your mind. Yep, you heard it right, folks. Satchel, the master tactician, pulled off an epic win against Grant, aka the Goofy Lil Meatwagons, in this week's fantasy football face-off. But hold your applause for a second. because Grant, well, he was just a stand-in, taking a beating meant for none other than Kyle, Mr. Sucks at Softball Clausen. Weeks ago, Satchel and Kyle had a spat so silly it makes a soap opera look tame. Since then, their rage has been simmering like a pot of chili on game day. This week, Grant stepped up, took one for the team, and bore the brunt of Satchel's wrath. So here's to you, Grant, the unsung hero of this fantasy fiasco. And Kyle, don't get too comfy, buddy. The real showdown is just heating up. Satchel, enjoy your victory lap. Fantasy football drama at its finest. Stay tuned, folks, because this rivalry is just getting started.
Now, the fact that you're slow-footed.
Why do 70% of fantasy football clashes end in drama? Let me tell you about the wildest one yet. Meet Big Dinger Nate, the self-proclaimed DEI champion from Adidas. And on the other side, we have Hefe Lulay, the Nike employee who's been resisting DEI like it's his full-time job. These two have been rivals since Nate called Hefe fat back in their college days. Fast forward to Monday Night Football, and their showdown reached epic proportions. Nate, possibly tipsy from celebrating a little too early, watched as Hefe's final player, Brandon Ayuk, laid an absolute egg on the field. The tension was real, the stakes were high, and the memes? Oh, the memes were legendary. Picture Nate doing a victory dance while Hefe stared at his screen in disbelief. In the end, Big Dinger Nate took the crown, proving once again that sometimes the underdog is just a little more dogged. And Hefe? Well, he's got a whole year to plot his revenge. Stay tuned, because in fantasy football, the drama never sleeps.
Now, the fact that you're slow-footed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the battlefield of fantasy football. Today, we're diving deep into an epic clash between two titans, or rather one titan and a bumbling fool. On one side, we have Ryan Jones, tall, handsome, and a master strategist on the virtual gridiron. On the other, Kyle Clausen, a man whose name is synonymous with poor decisions and fantasy football blunders. The setting? Sunday, 1 p.m. The stakes? Bragging rights for the entire season. Ryan, cool as a cucumber, had meticulously crafted his roster. His quarterbacks? Elite. His receivers? Unstoppable. Meanwhile, Kyle, his biggest blunder? Starting Chuba Hubbard. Yes, the same Chuba Hubbard who looked like he'd rather be anywhere but on the field. The Panthers' running back was about as effective as a paper umbrella in a hurricane. When the virtual whistle blew, Ryan's team exploded out of the gates. His quarterback threw bombs like a seasoned general commanding his troops. Touchdowns rained down like artillery shells, leaving Kyle's defense in shambles. Kyle, on the other hand, was scrambling. His roster moves were like a toddler playing chess, confused and hopelessly outmatched. Every play he called, every move he made was a disaster. It was like watching a slow-motion train wreck. Ryan's wide receivers were unstoppable forces of nature. They charged down the field, leaving defenders in their wake. The scoreboard lit up, numbers climbing higher and higher, a testament to Ryan's brilliance. Kyle's sideline? Pure chaos. Desperation set in as he fumbled through his playbook, searching for a miracle that would never come. His decisions were laughable, his strategy non-existent. By halftime, the outcome was clear. Ryan was a general, leading his troops to victory, while Kyle was lost in the fog of war, utterly defeated. The final whistle blew, and Ryan stood triumphant. His victory was not just a win, it was a statement. A declaration that in the world of fantasy football, there is no room for fools like Kyle. So, to all you fantasy football warriors out there, remember, the battlefield is no place for the ill-prepared. Strategy, skill, and a bit of luck will always triumph over confusion and incompetence. And as for Kyle, well, let's just say he'll be licking his wounds for a long, long time. Until next time, folks, keep your rosters sharp and your minds sharper. This is the fantasy football war, where only the strongest survive.